अरे आप भी जा रहे हो उधर? Live and go live. I'm not sure if
You're live, you're live.
अरे आप भी जा रहे हो उधर?
You're already live. End stream. All of it. कल तभी तो उस मीटिंग में बोल रही थी आने को आए न तो अब मेरे को तो ये सब मुझसे नहीं होता है ये सब। चलो
कौन सी मीटिंग में जो 1:30 बजे थी?
हाँ 2 बजे उसके साथ सौरभ के साथ यूट्यूब
वो मुझे पता ही नहीं था, मैं तो 2 बजे फ्री हुई थी, मैंने देखा तो वो तब तक
2
मीटिंग।
बजे ही थी ग्रुप पे तो 2 बजे ही डला हुआ था।
अच्छा वो मिस्ड मी, आई डिडंट नो दैट।
कैसे करे ये लाइव चल रहा है क्या अभी?
गया था
स्ट्रीमिंग सॉफ्टवेयर देखो वहां पे ध्रुव, एक स्ट्रीमिंग सॉफ्टवेयर का ऑप्शन था उसमें, जहाँ पीछे भी जहाँ पे तुम थे। इसमें I could see myself also somehow. How? Because I am also live in one link. So is it the same one? Actually, I'm already live. Live and go live. I'm not sure if
You're live, you're live. ये तो पहले वाला है।
So you can stop sharing your screen. Okay, that's why.
Stop share. Now we are live. Are we live? Yes, we are live on YouTube. Welcome everybody. Hi Sonali, welcome. I know this is our first trial, guys, to be on live on YouTube. So, guys,
You are live. Great. I'm also live here and you are live there, right? Whatever. Chalo, theek hai, karta hai. We'll record it and we'll send it anyways on YouTube.
okay.
Cool.
So am I live through you? Yes, I'm live through you only.
You're alive through me.
Awesome.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Be the Change and Be the Seductress with Radhna Tiwari, our Access Consciousness Facilitator, and me. I'm so happy today coming here because I remember that we used to come for live shows and everything.
Yes, it's been ages.
Yeah, it's been ages since we have come here.
That's why we've forgotten how to be live and how we are live on with you. But anyways, thank you so much for joining us. How does it get any better than that? Yes, what are we talking about today? Are we waiting for people to join in? Or we are talking about being the seductress that we truly be?
Let me see. We are people.
It's been ages since
we have. Yeah. Okay, I think we can start. We are already okay. We are just now at 7. Oh, we are right on time. We thought we are late. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yes, I think we can start. Meanwhile, people are joining. We got few questions around sensuality, sexuality, and seduction.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it.
Yes, that's it.
To start with, I guess we can start with what has been our journey with sensuality and seduction and how it has been evolved and how we are also learning right now to embrace more of that in our lives and in our bodies.
Yes, we can start. Yeah.
You're still checking.
Okay, go ahead. Yes. Yes. So if I ask you that, let's start with here. What does being a seductress means to you? What has your journey been? And I think this word seductress really brings up a lot. So what does that bring up for us? And what is it? What is it for you?
So I was going through my notes. I was like, okay, I've written something around seduction. I'll just go through that. And I saw that November 21, I wrote a note that, I would like to feel more sexy in my body and I would like to feel more alive in my body and connected with my body. How do I do that? And I was so frustrated in that note. It was like 10 lines that I had written. And I was like, wow, it was 2 years back, November 21.
Wow.
And here I am today talking about it and how I made that demand and I asked that, like, how, and I did not see it around. I did not had resources, learnings, clearings, whatever I've got a chance to experience in these 2 years. And everybody who's coming on this live, I'm sure, has asked that question, or the question was dropped in their world somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, like where it started was when I felt um, frozen in my body, where I felt that, I asked for more flow in my body. So the energy of sensualness is actually the energy of flow, where I knew that I could move in a different way, where my body would feel more alive and more um, loving and more whole. Then feeling disconnected, feeling numb, feeling stuck, feeling there's something missing, even if you have all the comfort and luxury and love and friendships and everything that I desire. Yet I know that I just wanted a different reality with my body and with my being. And sex was never about anybody else for me. It was always about um, me, like the intimacy that I have with myself.
Yeah.
Um, and I have been a software developer. So I've been working on machines all the time. And I felt like maybe I just got frozen in my screen somehow, in that laptop. I was like, okay, somehow I just did not, like, for 12 hours when I'm working with screen, I felt my face, my body just got like this. It
Wow.
was not willing to move or change. And I remember that I had discussed this with you too.
Yeah. But I also have a little different viewpoint here. Like I definitely get the moment that we say seductress, Sonali, it always brings up on around the body, and we mean that it has to be somewhere sensual, sexual, and that is what being a seductress means. And it is like you have to have certain moves with your body or a certain way your body moves. And for me, it is a very different reality. For me, really, for me, it's like having a body itself is being seductress. So it's like, for me, I really had to get into this world that is this world different? Like, is it a doing that I have to? This is for the longest while, as you said, I always knew I was, but then, looking at the social media, looking at the Bollywood films or the Hollywood films, you just get that, you have to be a certain move, you have to be certain types with your body, or this is how, this is called being seductress. And for me, I could never do that. And I would never was. And everybody who has looks at me has a projection around that, oh, maybe I will be I'm so hot, or I'm so, a certain kind of a body type, or that is like very sensual. And for me, I have taken Godzillion workshops and sessions on myself too, because I was in my wrongness that probably I don't get any sensations. I
Wherever
don't.
you are, wherever you are being it and not acknowledging it,
Yeah,
because when we tell you that, you are hot or you are a
yeah.
seductress, we can see that flow in your
Correct. Yeah, so that is like, and thanks to this call coming up, and thank for us to bring up, and every time we kind of get into any call, especially with me, I definitely have this something that I start getting the sense of it, and then taking those sessions, got at a point where one person just said to me that I think you receive very beautifully, and you receive way different than anybody else receives, and that actually was so light in my world, and I'm like, so maybe I don't have those moments, does not have to have a moments. I'm already being the energy of it. So being does not has to do with one particular way how your body moves, or this is how you will perceive it when you see it on the Bollywood. And so these are a lot of myths that people have. And compared to that, people start comparing their bodies, their actions, and their reactions to how one has to be in the closed doors, or during the time when they're actually having fun with their bodies. So so many projections and expectations are there. And I think this is the program that we're going to be talking into detail about, and about the bodies and how to be, and how what is your way of being the seductress that you be? So I wonder, everybody who's watching here, if that is an invitation, and Sonali is getting the aspect of the bodies and how, actually the body can, which probably your body is sensing and feeling. And I think that's what I experienced with Sonali when she had her session going on, her live session. It was like, oh, okay, this is how we have to move the body. This is how we have to. And you can just do it for yourself also. For me, it was like, okay, you only have to do it when you're two in the room. So it's like funny for me. It was like a very funny session in my world. Yet there was something I know was changing and shifting. So there was a lot of aspects in this upcoming program that we have around seductress. So yeah, Sonali would like to say something around that.
So when you said that, you have to move, and
Yeah.
when you say that you don't move, that's such a lie, because maybe you are being that energy, and you have been that energy in my life also,
Yeah.
where you're you're just this move is
Yeah.
such a movement,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are moving and flowing all the time,
Yeah.
and discovering the flow of your body is not, the way you said, is not moving like anybody else, but
Correct.
discovering the movement that your body is enjoying, that your body wants to. And
Yeah.
it can be, it can be just stillness sometimes. It can be your
Correct.
body just want to
Yeah.
consciously be here. It's not feeling that stuck or froze, but it's really is flowing in the stillness that it is.
Yeah, I totally got. That's what I'm saying. That I just got that. That like, wow, because I had been getting this comment by a lot of people in the world that the way you move, you just slide through the places, and already being that move. And but how I see people seductress and all is like maybe a certain kind of a movement, or there has to be the body movement the woman makes, and when they're dancing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stiff. I don't even move, right?
I know.
So, and people would like, no, but I think you're so hot. And I'm like, oh my God, if they come to know what I am, they won't even know who I am. And, I don't have any interest in it. So it's like, it's a deep dive, I guess, that we are getting into this. And we also figuring ourselves out, talking it out loud. And yes, we have kept it specifically for women this time.
Um,
Yeah.
it's really about the energy of flow is very much about feminine.
Yeah.
Um, and it's exactly why we wanted to work with women in this particular session, in this particular program of 1 month. And I want to also talk about the question that we received is uh, how to let go of everything, all the fear, guilt, shame that comes up when you talk about sex, when you talk about seduction. Um, and when I am also saying I'm getting that, the freezing, the how our society, our culture, our conditioning have trained us to see certain parts of our bodies, to see certain acts, or to see certain bodily fluids as yuck.
Yeah.
When you were a little, maybe you were touching down your pants and somebody came and saw you, or maybe I know my cousin, she was very sexually active and she used to really love it. And how, including me, each one of us made her wrong for it.
Correct.
And women who, and there's this it's very subtle projection that women who like sex are evil, are, are witch. Um, And there is this yuckiness that has been attached with feminine moves, with orgasm, with pleasure, with body, with bodily fluids. And it has been trained, our mind has been trained to disgust from it, to feel shame from it, to stay away from it. And we never got an even chance to change it, to flip it, to see what the other side of it looks like.
Yeah. And it's weird for me, when people talk this, like, every time we had these conversations, in fact, a lot of conversations with you and a lot of conversations I have with a lot of people. And I'm like, seriously, they feel bad about it? I mean, how can you really feel bad about your own body? How can you say this is wrong, this is right? And, yes, I do get it to the extent. The only phase I am stuck is, where my grandmother would say that don't smile and don't laugh. It means you're giving the wrong impression to the guys. And then it was like just checking with myself, am I giving a wrong impression, which I did not know half the time. Everybody is so attracted towards me. But then when kept questioning, it was not about the wrongness of it. It was the wrongness of myself that I completely had shut myself down around it, which was like, I don't have to laugh, but it's so natural. It is, my smile is so natural to me and my movements are so natural to me. I was only finding them out. What are the problems? But I was already being the energy of it at the same time. So, so there are a lot of confusion in our worlds that, what people are perceiving, even if you're perceiving something wrong and you like how she said the pain, shame, regret, and guilt. My question always comes up is like, why would you be so shameful about your own body? I mean, if your face is beautiful, if your hands are beautiful, if your legs are beautiful, every genitals are also beautiful, right? So
And
why
you
would you have a shame? Yeah,
you know,
that
belly is the portion that, there's this inhibition to like and love our bellies.
yeah,
And that's the portion that a lot of us have stored a lot of point of views, judgments, limitations.
yeah,
And there's this there's this disgust to just looking at your bellies
yeah,
for a little while, because somewhere we do not want to believe that it is a pouch and which is hanging. We
yeah,
want to believe that it is, it's all flat, and
yeah,
while for most of us it is not.
yeah. And Anita Singh says that it is like how you feel outcasted, how a woman feels outcasted, right? And it's like, wow, interesting. Outcasted on the basis of the sex or on the basis of your body. So I think it's a deep dive, and so much to talk about. And if really invites you, and if you have such questions, if you are wondering with these, confusions and your point of views, and you're stuck somewhere, and you are not able to actually receive your own sensuality and sexuality, and and the seductressness that you truly be, then I guess this is a program meant for you, and it has everything to talk about. So we invite all the women on the planet Earth and beyond in bodies to come to this workshop with us for a month and play with us, and let's explore, and let's explore your way of being the seductress that you be. What do you say, Sonali?
So this program is truly inviting you to reclaim your yumminess
Yeah.
of your own bodies. When the entire world is trying to convince you that, there's something yucky, what if we can come together as women, as ladies, and allow each other and give that non-judgmental space to explore the yumminess, to explore the sensuality, to go to those parts where we have hidden our potential, hidden our capacities, hidden our treasures,
Mm.
because we thought that there's something wrong about it. And for me, it is not, it is about pleasure. It's pleasure of living. It's not just pleasure of bodies, because when you truly experience it and you be that energy, you start to have and experience that pleasure with food, with air, with people, with everything that comes in your life.
Correct.
This invitation is to for you to just come together and experience that pleasure with us and reclaim your own sensuality and sexuality.
Yes.
And everything that doesn't allow that, would you like to just try and create all of that space? Fats off, fats off, fats off, fats off, fats off. Let's
Awesome.
come celebrate. And we are starting May 1st. Um, and the registrations are closing soon. So if you are part of the group, please, if you're not part of the group, please ping me, Umesh, Shivangi, Aradhana, anybody, and we'll let you in.
And see you on the calls. Thank you, Sonali. Thank you for this invitation. And what else is possible? Be the change, come choose yourself, and let's play.
Let's play.